Distinguished co-chairs of the panel, Professor Piot, Chancellor Sai, Minister Sadikin, and Dr. Ferraz Suarez, my special advisor, Michelle Sidibe, Honorable Ministers for Health, Kwabena Minta Akando, Mohamed Pate, and Ibrahim Asai, distinguished members of the panel, and colleagues of the Secretariat. Duties of state have detained me in Accra this week as Ghana prepares to host the African Union's Extraordinary Summit on HIV, non-communicable diseases, and maternal, newborn, and child health. And so I send you this message, trusting that the critical work before you needs my conviction far more than it needs my physical presence. And you could not have chosen better grounds for your deliberations. Just 30 kilometers from where you sit, in Diamniadio, the Madiba facility of the Institut Pasteur de Dakar is manufacturing vaccines at scale to the highest international standards under African leadership. But there's an older, deeper truth here. That very same institute has produced yellow fever vaccines since 1937. Sovereign capability in health is often spoken of as a distant dream, a mirage we're waiting for some external fate to fulfill. But we know better. We do not view health sovereignty as a future wish. We hold it as a memory to reclaim and an inheritance we intend to expand. We, after all, the descendants of Bandung, of Alma Ata, and of Nkrumah's Accra. And so when you travel to Diamniadio this Thursday, look closely. You will not just be looking at a facility, you will be looking at the very future your report must hoist like a flag and plant firmly in a glorious past. But we must be honest, you are meeting at a severe hour. Global development assistance for health has fallen by far more than $10 billion in a single year. Official development assistance is closing out 2026 at its lowest level since 2014. And health is absorbing the deepest of these cuts. And they are concentrated on the countries least able to shield themselves. But I'll not inundate you with more statistics. You are the experts. You know these numbers better than I do. Indeed, these figures have been repeated so often, they risk becoming like background wallpaper. But I urge you to reach past the data and hold fast to the human meaning beneath them. These numbers are a clarion call. The old financing order is crumbling, but as it closes, something else is opening up. Our imagination, our strategic boldness, and above all, the resolve of our people to demand a new way forward. Some look at this transition and see a vacuum. They point to a dozen fragmented reform processes stretching from Lusaka to Geneva to the halls of the United Nations. All these processes hold tightly to a single thread of the answer. It is a chessboard of interests, calculations, and possibilities. A new global order must be written one way or another. The only serious question we must ask is who will hold the pen? And so for the next 3 days, that pen would rest firmly in your collective hands. Few groups anywhere in the world possess your legitimacy, your expertise, and your devotion to global justice. I did not convene this panel to agree with me, and I will not instruct you on your conclusions. Your independence is the very source of your authority. But permit me to make some requests. First, be specific. Recommendations only survive when they are anchored to clear dates, thresholds, and consequences. A concrete benchmark locked into a donor replenishment decision will outlive 100 beautifully written communiques. The world does not need another eloquent diagnosis of global health. It needs alternative blueprints. Second, rights for the citizen, the people. The mother in Tamale or in Tambakunda may never read your report, but she will feel its impact or she will suffer its absence. Judge every proposal by a simple metric. Does this shorten the distance between a commitment made in a Swiss boardroom and a fully stocked, fully staffed clinic in Sogakope or Kathmandu? And finally, seize attention. Do not merely be polite. Let your recommendations stand out like a beacon, bold, sharp, and impossible to ignore. Write for the coalitions that are ready to leap forward and be the spring in their step. Where the status quo has cracked, push the boundaries and help midwife the solutions waiting to be born. Our Senegalese hosts have a profound proverb in Wolof, and I'll try to pronounce it. Nit I garabam. I hope I did. And it means human being is the remedy of a human being. No architecture, no matter how elegant, has ever healed a patient. Systems do not heal people. People heal people when systems finally allow them to. That is the standard your recommendations must meet. It is a standard the Global South has been ready to deliver for far longer than the world has cared to notice. What you agree on this week in Dakar will become our marching anthem. At the United Nations General Assembly this September, my fellow heads of state on the Presidential Council and I will stand behind your report. We'll carry it into negotiation, capital by capital. What you decide, we will defend. What you dare, we will match. History rarely announces the exact moment an old order gives way to the new. But this time it has. And we cannot betray, and we must not betray this moment. Do your duty to mankind and do it boldly. I wish you a rich, productive, and highly consequential plenary. I look forward to receiving what the world knows only this panel can deliver. And I thank you, and God bless us all.